So the word of the day today is oat. And oat is mentioned in Genesis chapter 4. And it's a specific tattoo. And there's a word that sounds like oat. It's eight. And eight is, there's some different interpretations, but one of them is soothsayer and fortune teller. Now, the oat is a very special mark. And you kind of get a hint with the Aleph, Vav, Tav, because the Aleph was originally in the form of a bull, and the Tav looked like a cross. It didn't look like that. So we're going to look at Genesis chapter 4, and I hope you can keep up with me. So we talk about what happened with Cain. He was given an oat. However, in the beginning, it was saying his wife, Eve, conceived and bore Cain. And when they were saying the man, Adam. Now, the wife said that she didn't get an Adam. She said that she got a Ish. And again, Hevel was born. And if you've read, you'll know what happened with Cain and his brother. However, he said, and blank, and what set a sign for Cain? Well, if you take a look here, Cain was beholden to Yod-Vave. So that was his master. And I'm not 100% sure if this is the actual shame of what Cain was beholden to. However, what happened here was he put onto Cain an oat, which is what we're talking about today. Now, specifically, an oat. The best example I can give you is, let's talk about Oats, the Iceman. 61 years of, or 61 tattoos, and 5,300-year-old mummy. So this guy was discovered in the glaciers somewhere in Europe. This guy wandering around, you're like, oh, well, what's this Oatsy guy have to do with an oat? I mean, just because his name is Oatsy doesn't necessarily mean he has an oat. Well, he does. He's got plenty of oats. And his dead body, and I have a feeling he might have been circumcised or not. But there's the tattoo. There's the oat. He had a cross tattoo as an oat, which means one thing. He was a moffater of brethren, so he had moffated people. And that's why he had his tattoo. Now, as soon as this loads, I can show you the other ones. Not only was the oats in that era, but there was also tattooed oats in Egypt. And these mummies had tattoos, and they dated back to more than 3,300 years. And what a lot of people don't know is, once you get any amount of ink on yourself with some of these tattoos or others, and you got to remember the ancient Egyptians were circumcised. Not all of them, but a large portion of them at one point. And these markings roughly contemporaneous with Oatsy, a man who was preserved in ice in Europe, dates back to the late 4th millennium BC. So this tattooing, as far back as we can tell, has been going on since just past 4,000 years ago. So that would lead us to believe, which it could have been done even longer than that. Could have been done 8,000 years ago. However, this is only the tip of the iceberg on some of this stuff, and I hope you learn from these videos and realize that it is no fun to have an oat. And you might just end up on an icy peak out in the middle of nowhere going crazy.